Permit me to acknowledge the presence of the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas, our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, the Parliamentary Representative for this area, Permanent Secretary, Mr. Andrew Skerritt, our Principal Nursing Officer, Ms. Henrietta Douglas, Lornette Adams, Operations Manager, our Director of Institutional Nursing, Nurse Daly Finley, the Assistant Director, Ms. Langley, the Nurse Manager for Mary Charles, Mrs. Lawrence, Ms. Gail Cranston, our Health Information Systems Administrator, Mrs. Joyce Williams, Nurse Manager, all our other nurses, the gardeners, the cooks, the maids, those who do the laundry here at Mary Charles, the good people of Molyneux and the surrounding communities who are here with us, the media. Hope I haven't forgotten anybody. A very pleasant good morning to you. And of course, our doctors, particularly our chair, Dr. Garfield Alexander, who is the area doctor. Today I'm going to be extremely brief. If we think about the tragedy that took place in Connecticut, and I know all of us have either heard or seen or about it, we have to say that here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have to be grateful and thankful for whatever small mercies we have. This is Christmas time, and what you had there was a slaughterhouse, which has set back the community, set back the US, set back the world. Now at Christmas, there's certain things that come naturally to us. The first is family. The first is family. Whether blood relatives or people who you consider family, your communities, your neighbors, your office, whatever it is, Christmas is a time for family. That makes that tragedy even greater. Think of all those families with those little 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds. Could you imagine for a moment what those families, those parents are going through at this time of goodwill and sharing and caring? So what is the lesson for us? We have to be our brothers' keepers. We have to be our brothers' keepers. And I don't believe that anybody understands that better than those in the nursing profession. Because when people come to the hospital, they cannot watch any face. It's human first. Everything else has to come after. When somebody comes in sick, it's human first. And I want to commend and congratulate the nurses for the fantastic job that they do in that regard to ensure that our citizens are well taken care of, sometimes with the very limited resources that they have. And so we want to commend them for the excellent job that they do. So you could put your hands together for our nurses. Yeah. Thank you. And the support staff, because you know what? We're all really cogs in the wheel. And I tell people all the time, if for a moment you believe that the people who clean the streets or clean or wash or whatever, they're not important, let them not do it for a day and let everything start piling up. And then you realize how very important they are. So it's really all cogs in a wheel. So it's not just the nurses, but also the auxiliary staff, because the nurses would not be able to do their jobs without them. And so we want to commend the auxiliary staff as well. So Christmas is a time of goodwill and sharing and caring. And we would want to carry that over into the new year and indeed for every day of the year, but particularly at this time. So we look out for our family, and as I said, family is not just blood relatives, but those who are close to us, those in our neighborhoods. And if we could do one good thing for Christmas, we were to see how we could care or share for even one individual that we don't regularly care for. If you could just pick somebody who is in need of some form of assistance in your community, in your church, wherever, and decide that for one day during the season, you would look out for that person in some special way. it doesn't necessarily even mean giving them anything in terms of whether money or food or whatever. It doesn't mean that, it may just mean spending a little time with them. Especially our elderly people, they long for us to come and look for them. So those people who we haven't seen for a long time, who are shut in, who are elderly in your community, just decide that, you know what, I can spend a little 10 minutes with Miss So-and-so today, or Mr. So-and-so. That, I'm sure, would bring smiles to their faces more than any money can. Because there is a saying, it is an American saying, but it says, no Uhaul follows the hearse. That's an American saying. In America, the U-Haul is when people move in. They put all the things in there, all the possessions, the earthly possessions, they put them in there, moving, changing house. Right? So you have all so the U-Haul is representative of all our earthly possessions. But the saying is that no U-Haul follows the hearse. It means when we go into the cemetery, it doesn't matter how big your house is, what car you drive, how big your bank book is, all those things are insignificant. So it means that in life, the important thing is how we get along with each other, what love we share with each other. We are indeed our brother's keepers. And so I just want to commend all of the people of this community who have come out today to celebrate with us. At Mary Charles, I want to let them know that Mary Charles is in the works for repairs. As far as the ministry is concerned, we need to do some repairs here, and that is in the works for 2013. I also want to commend all of the performers. I didn't see all of it, but I want to commend them because one thing that strikes me whenever I come to these ceremonies is how our young people, wherever they are so very talented. And sometimes these are the few opportunities that they get to really show what they are capable of. And so I want to commend all of the performers here this morning. And again, to wish everyone here and those who are not here a blessed and peaceful Christmas and a healthy and prosperous 2013. Thank you so very much.